the warehouse.
Ανυπόφορον εστιν οράνο.
Pretty bird.
Αδύνατον εστί. Αληθώς του το συνέβη. Ίσον αρκαθεύω.
Here you are.
I heard in all those battles, he's never killed a single person either. He just wounds. If it's true, we better count ourselves lucky to have someone like him.
Ήμαρτον, πάψε.
So, hello everyone.
Ανάκρουσε πριν.
Sorry for the streamless time for a while. Yeah, I just wanted to concentrate on getting that cold finished and stuff like that before I resumed streaming. But now we're back. I even remembered to turn off the starting overlay. Okay, and we're gonna go back to trying to take care of this warehouse. So let's see how we best do this. So yeah, last time we were slightly too loud taking care of this warehouse. So hopefully we can pull this off with more stealth this time. Although it was fun, so at least we had that. Okay. Didn't really mean to go in there, but alright. How have you all been doing? My weekend was pretty okay, yeah. Relaxing at the least. That's always a plus. And I got caught up on a bunch of TV shows. Like if it had basically if the title started with Chicago, I watched or started watching or finished watching it, which was fun. You know, all those Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago, well, Mad not, because they didn't actually have that on Netflix. But, you know.
Now to find those records.
Alright, we have an extra objective here. So let's see if we can attract someone. And I hope your weekends were good. And you had fun and stuff. That was interesting. Also, one scream came a little late, but it worked. I like stealth kills like that. Where you can just climb in from inside and throw them out. I actually expect Cassandra there to jump in. What skills do I... Oh yeah, that skill might be slightly more useful actually. Let's see, what other skills do I have? Should probably swap out the fire in my skills for the stealth skill for now. Because fire is usually a loud thing where the opponent goes, I'm burning. Your weekend was quiet, played a lot of DC Universe, and you watched a lot of Haunting of Hill House. I saw some pictures recently, I think like IMDb or something might have that on its front page.
Amicios! Destroy the records before they claim them!
What? Who saw me? Who was that? Who just saw me? I don't get it. Like, is that just a line triggered on proximity? Or did I actually done goofed? Hi Arch, how's it going? Did you manage to pack all the awesome games you bought? Or did you have to leave some behind? Just noticed a enemy I hadn't tagged yet, so at least we've done that now, I hope. Oops, why am I... No, I was crouching, okay. That was just an unfortunate perspective then. Somehow they're not really very quiet. There's two in here. Okay, but it looks like Ah, shift, climb through.
Records of ship names. What docked where and when. This might help Agapios.
Fighting me would be
Uh-oh.
your last mistake.
They saw me?
I'll still catch you.
That's not good. Oops, that didn't work then. Hello? I wanted to trigger. Oh. I'm in the wrong. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think I'm just gonna die here. Yeah. Yeah.
What a way! You should lie down.
Got everything home in one piece. No, One Piece is the wrong franchise. We're at Assassin's Creed now, and then never mind. You've got a couple more games after the picture. Oh goodness. Well, I guess board game night is gonna be sorted out then for the next decade. It really look interesting, some of the stuff you had there. Like also like in Mellow's Discord, the stuff that you posted was really nice. That one that looked like basically like it was basically XCOM also looked interesting. Alright, let's see how we can is someone praying over there? Or was that sing-song voice? Alright, let's
Now to find those records.
do this again. Maybe. Nope. Ah! What are you doing?
Amistios! Destroy the records before they claim them!
Let's just stay up here and hope they calm down now. Of course, this has destroyed our chances to just pull one out of the window. Maybe I should just, I don't know, save scum.
Anything? Nothing here. Stay focused. Find the car. Got it, sir.
Wait, what was that, Arch? Someone ran over one of your games? Like, did you get it and car ran over it, or what was that? Okay, so I guess the captain we're supposed to take care of is still in the building. So let's see if we can... No. This is annoying. Okay, we got him this time. So let's try to quickly carry this one away before someone notices it. Nobody should say that we don't clean up after ourselves. No, the game fell off the pallet and was squished. Oh. The demo for Hellboy got run over by a forklift, so they could not demo the game. You sure they didn't mean that a dog ate it? You know, like homework? No. Yeah, that's sad if things like that happen. The manufacturer probably wasn't very happy about that, you know, because like usually you want to be okay. Let's try that again.
Records of ship names. What docked where and when? This might help Agapios.
Quick out of here before anyone notices. For now.
Check this one out. Stay alert.
You didn't see me. Well, there are games that are supposed to look like an accordion, so I guess the game that fell off the pallet and looked like an accordion might work. They're surprisingly quiet considering that two of their friends just got stabbed. I wonder where the person who saw me was. Is that front really that open? I guess it is. Although it's kind of surprising that someone would look that far up. That far up, I mean. Or that high up. I mean, in this game, usually people are pretty blind when it comes to something that is above head level. Is down there? Nobody? Let's risk it.
Maybe this will help Agapios identify the dagger's leader.
All right. So, did that person? I don't think they saw us. Whoever ran there.
They died quickly. Mystios, most likely.
Okay, so I guess they're panicked, and whatever that person is doing running around there. Someone who saw us.
Have you seen anything? Nothing this way. Earn your pay. Find that Mystios. I'll find them.
Okay, there's something in the docks. Is that all we need to get? Find and acquire tax records. We have 2 of 3 now, so theoretically... Oh. Someone has put a bounty on me, it seems. Uh-oh. That stupid boat doesn't do anything. So how do I get over there without being seen preferentially? Oops. Alright. Yeah, this mysterious death stab disease is really fascinating. So I guess this is...
Records of the trade Zevi has made in the last 6 months. Maybe the identity of the dagger's leader is in here.
Okay, and now I can return the records, I guess. So that's actually all I have to do. Unless I want to, like, kill everyone. So let's be a bit conservative about this for now. Oops.
I found the records, Agapios.
My master would be pleased.
You're a slave.
Do I not look as you expect? Yes, Misthios, I am a slave, but I'm not without dignity. The local magistrate is my master, and I'm his most trusted servant.
You're a survivor. No.
We do what we have to survive.
Exactly. I don't blame my father for selling me to slavery. It's what he had to do. He got me out of my old life and gave me a chance at a better one. Nobody chooses to be a slave, but being one provides me food, shelter, safety, and security. Especially now, with Evia all but run by the dagger. They cannot see past their greed. And if they go unchecked, we may all end up as slaves. If uncovering the identity of the Dagger's leader and finally stopping them sounds like something you'd be interested in, meet me and my master in the slave market.
I'll think about it.
I wish if you could this easily complete Death and Taxes. Yay, we're finally level 17. Could continue main story. So... Good. So let's find how we get there. Hey. And see. Midas. The man with the Midas touch, a spider's touch. Where the heck is our mission objective? Am I blind right now? Go somewhere, and yeah, now the yellow dot has shown up. Ah, here it is. Okay. So I guess this is where we'll quick travel. There was a king in a kingdom on Discworld that had the Midas touch. Oh. So did it work even when he was eating? I'm sure Terry Pratchett had a special variation on that. Alright. Over there, okay. And this is how Cassandra got brain damage. No. This leap of faith thing looks really cool, but the landing is kind of the point where you go, oh, okay, they never really thought about it much. At least nothing happens if I instinctively press the shift key when running. Well, except that I might run off the edge of a building or something. Usually I remember when I get close and stop that. So, yeah. Sadly, the god who cursed him with it wasn't too good at spelling, so everything the king touched turned into Glod. Glod happened to be a dwarf from the Ramtops Mountains, who wasn't too happy about being duplicated like that. Yeah, that sounds... that sounds like Terry Pratchett. of course, I went even higher up. Oh! Surprised I didn't take any damage. But now like, what is the logic here? One drop was a lot taller than the other. Oh, I should probably be a bit more stealthy.
They'll be on high alert here.
Find somewhere to hide! The archer's over there! I would have sworn.
I'll end you, Misthios. You'll feel the sting of my venom. You can't stop me.
Uh-oh. Snake.
His death should keep friends of Pericles safe.
Uh-oh. Okay. Lots of snakes. That explains why he lives here then. Oops. I might have slightly missed a button. Okay. So let's see if there's anything left to loot here. Looking good. I hope I'm not running into any extra snakes. Free bonus snake and blood poisoning, you know. Alright, let's see. Anything else? Nope. Alright. Snakes are comparatively friendly. Alright. Oops. Alright, so report to Metiochos. Whoever that was. Even today, the people of that kingdom are well below the average height and are rather grouchy. I'm kind of scared what happened to him trying to eat food, you know, like if it turned everything into blood, then he might have been a slight cannibal. I'm still wondering whether there would have been a place, a way to meet Phoebe again. Because I went back there, but I didn't see her. Like one person on the vineyard mentioned, oh yeah, like mentioned that Phoebe and Marcos are still around, but I didn't get to meet them yet. Which sounds like either I just have to wait for the story to reach them, or I didn't go to the right place, or didn't search around enough.
Γυρίστο εμπαρόδο τα των χρεών της χήρας.
So I guess we're supposed to go inside here somewhere. How do I get here? You kinky thief from here. There you are.
Looks like your situation's improved since we last met.
The danger has passed for now. But while those monsters are out there, no one is safe.
A group of fishermen tied you up. They were being used by a snake dealer working for enemies of Athens.
What did you do with them?
I showed them the error of their ways and sent them on their way. They won't be bothering you again.
I'm glad no blood was shed. But how do you know they won't return?
I made it very clear that doing anything stupid would make me angry.
Well, that must have been a terrifying experience for them. Thank you for your help, Misthios. I'll be sure to mention this to Pericles.
Yay.
That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
Reach Pericles' home. Okay, I guess we'll get to visit Pericles then. Smart! I was climbing up and in the process she just jumped over. Something about these, well, I guess it's the usual, you know, console port syndrome. Although this is a pretty good console port, but having these double assignments where it's just like Shift does these 5 things depending on context, instead of giving us, you know, one key to say I want to climb and another one to tell me I want to jump off an unsafe ledge. Which, you know, a PC game design would do. Or, you know, even just, you know, climb and parkour could be the same key, but why the heck would you do the opposite, like just randomly jump somewhere with the same key? Alright. Let's see, where was our objective? Over there somewhere? Yeah. Impressive that you could just walk in there. Oh, that's the front door, I guess. Ooh, a dog. See that? Who's a good doggy? Who's a good doggy? You are. You are. You're a good doggy. What is this?
Cassandra, it's you!
Ah!
Phoebe!
You said you weren't coming back to Kefalonia, so I decided to leave too.
I said I wouldn't be coming back. But I don't remember saying you should leave.
Well, here I am.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe,
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
Oh, so Phoebe originally came from Athens. That's interesting.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
Who was Aspasia?
How is it you're working for Aspasia?
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky.
Was Aspasia the Oracle? Who was Aspasia? Or is she Pericles? Does Pericles have a wife? Who the heck is Aspasia?
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. We don't want to scare people in there.
Well,
Yeah, I mean Cassandra, sure, she wants to scare people.
I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't! Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
I guess we'll do it. I mean, you know, Phoebe is not the smartest and all, as you can tell from how she got here. Like Marcos, kind of, she takes a lot of risks. But I guess, you know, we're trying to get information from Pericles.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
So I just, you know, mentioned I didn't get to meet Phoebe, and there she is. So I wonder if that's... I don't remember telling Phoebe I would never return. I thought it was something like I'd visit. I think that might have been like an accidental response that I did. Guess we'll talk to him then.
Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotos! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
I love this scene. I don't know, something in this works for me. It's weird. It's very simple, you know, and it feels a bit like, you know, like educational TV. And, you know, I find it, you know, I find it, let's say, overly convenient that all these famous Greek people would be here as well, you know, and that, you know, Cassandra would meet them. It always feels a little weird to me, but somehow, in some weird way, I think this game makes it work. I mean, it's still, you know, more a novelty thing that, oh, Euripides and, what was the other guy, Sophocles, yeah, are here, and we're right at that time, or whatever, when they would still be alive, things like that. But, yeah. It's an era that is interesting to play with, I guess. So on that level, it works more than on an immersion level that you would actually meet those people. Yeah, it's just an amazing coincidence. That's kind of how it looks like, exactly. I don't think Cassandra... You know, she's a, you know, a mercenary who kind of... Again, I guess I'm kind of getting hung up on this story justification for you being able to ask to get that story repeated. Where Cassandra basically said, oh, she didn't have time for stories as a kid, and I think that in general she doesn't know much about, you know, like she, you know, was one level above someone like Phoebe, you know, in regards to, you know, like she didn't have, you know, time to do fancy dining or anything like that. So I think I'm gonna go with option 2 here, because having heard of Sophocles, kind of sounds like something that just was not at all relevant in her life.
It looks more like a lover's quarrel to me.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies. You should drink more. Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
So, is she surprised? Well, Socrates himself was permanently pissed, we know that, but, apologies to Monty Python. Well, again, like, I'm surprised. I don't know, both of these sound like she's heard of Socrates.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. but the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is
That's interesting.
Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
What?
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Misthios like you think of a party like this?
No, I think she knows how to party. I think that's kind of like the, you know, like the, she might not have much opportunity, but I think that's kind of a universal constant. Like if you get into battle or whatever, and you know, like you get paid for doing mercenary work or whatever, then she probably had the opportunity to hang out with some people and party at least at some point. So I can't answer that, so I guess I'll have to find that other dude interesting.
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight. Or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
So, do we... Look, on the one hand, I think she should... She would feel a little... uncomfortable here, but... Nah, I think she'll... Let's try this and hope it's not too rude.
Agreed. Pericles needs to know. I'll stay here and look for clues.
I hope they know something about your mother.
Me
Sorry
too.
about that. Yeah, I'm looking for clues. I'm crazy about the... Okay, where were we? I like how he said, I guess that's, you know, like, it's a bit of an obvious, like, play. Yeah, so, get information from Sophocles, Alcibiades. So yeah, so she said, he said something about don't start any fights and don't end one. And you know, there is this saying, and I guess that might be already ancient Greek, you know, where it says like, never be the one to start a fight, always be the one to end it. Meaning, you know, like, if someone starts a fight, you know, decisively, then react, you know, and maybe try to ensure peace, that kind of thing, I guess. Talk to anyone here? Think so. Okay. Seems kind of like a nice party.
Someone's being hurt.
No.
Open this door or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch. Oh, look at you. Such authority, such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
Yeah, someone's being hurt. Sure. Yeah, really. It was like the obvious moment that was happening now. You know, it like in a game like this there would have been, more like weapon clanging or something to make it clear that it was really a dangerous attack if it was a dangerous attack. They need to sell it, they need to cater to an action audience in games like these. He seems like kind of a prat. Yeah, I don't know, he seems kind of I don't know. Like my instinct is smarmy, but of course that's from like you have to remember there are many rich people here, and there are like bohemian people here, I guess is the term. Not like bohemian, but like like more like elites and artists and that sort of thing. Is that bohemian? That's not really bohemian. That would be more. Oh, you know what I mean. Like, anyways, like there are philosophers and artists here, so it's like a culture scene that we encounter here. So I'm kind of willing to let more things and more weird things in particular slide from people here. No, bohemian is actually the word I was looking for. Right. I was just for a second not sure whether bohemian or bourgeois was the other word, and no, that would be bourgeois, I think. So bohemian is actually the right one. That's the fancy people, and bourgeois are the people with the picket fences, I guess. English is sometimes really hard, because like in that area suddenly completely different metaphors. Okay, so are we looking for someone, or do we say, I don't know, is she this, I don't think she's really this blunt and down to earth, is she? Trying to get like, this is nice, getting an idea for the character, kind of like how you want to play her and how you have been playing her so far. No, I think she knows how to have fun, you know. So I think she understands this. So I
I
think
thought this party was tame, even by Athenian standards. Until now.
Let them have their meeting of the minds. I'm more interested in meeting other parts.
Ali, we're out of oil again.
Ali?
You know they like you when they give you a pet name. There's more olive oil in the kitchen, but Aspasia keeps complaining about me walking unencumbered through her symposiums.
You mean naked?
It sounds so good when you say it.
I mean, we've been doing fetch quests before, you know, so I think I think Cassandra is aware that information, you know, has a price, you know, like she's probably, you know, she's kind of the kind of person who, you know, she's a mercenary, so like she had to pay for everything, and she pretty much like in general wants to get paid. I think that's part of her nature, you know, just like, you know, how she grew up, what she's used to. So I think she sees at this point that she'll probably, you know, like the carrot probably will give her more than the stick, so she will not do, you know, things she thinks are disproportionately more valuable for the information she's going to get. But first, this is really important information, and second, you know, getting him some oil to have his fun with. Sure, I think she'll do that.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long.
If you don't get the oil soon, all our fun will end.
Μεταξύ Αμφικεφάλου και Τυχεός. Στο δέον εστί διαλυσμός μόνος και ενερημία.
So get the oil.
Έτσι πολλά παρελιλήθας οι άνευοξοποιητικών
Where do you find the oil? Oil. Wait, am I supposed to use the door again? Oh, I don't even have a map here. That's not nice. Oops. Yeah, the thing is like you see like the objective point is like the same door, and now I'm wondering whether the kitchen is, you know, like if it's going down a different corridor, or like where would the kitchen be in this place? Lots of writing, but apparently nothing we can read. Okay, that's Phoebe, I guess. So that's probably the exit. So I guess it's probably just that all... Oh, sorry. That all paths probably... Oh, I can talk to someone here? Oh, I guess that's Socrates and stuff. Sorry. So I guess that's like the general door to anywhere.
just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
Oh wait,
You've grown up in Pericles' home, and yet you're so different.
No one is like Pericles. And he's only slightly more serious than usual, too. Athens is under siege, and he worries for her future. Which is why tonight is a fine time to celebrate what may be our last taste of freedom.
When you walked in, you seemed like you and Socrates were...
How I wish you were right. One day we will have that man in here with us. I promise you that.
I might be back.
If you come back with a jar of oil, I promise to show you how grateful I am.
okay, so yeah, somewhere. But where is the kitchen? So we can't call Icaros either. And we're not allowed to climb either. Aww. Oh, here's a room. Okay, let's see what that is.
There's much to do, and many unknowns on our horizon.
Okay, so he's just standing there, talking to himself. I guess that works as well. Oh, he said something about crossing the symposium? Okay, I must have missed that. Okay, so I guess there's nothing up here. Well, but the thing is, I mean, we did... Who is this? Oh, let's see what that object over there is. Ah! Yes, okay, we found the oil, okay. It's just sitting there. Okay, so this is Sophocles. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's try to get information from Alcibiades as well. It's a little weird because like, how did she know that Alcibiades grew up with Pericles? Like, was that something that was mentioned earlier and I just forgot it? My sense for direction is okay. I can usually get around, and I usually, like, there are moments where I just get turned around by like 90 degrees or something. But like, in general, I have an idea, and of course here you have a compass, which helps as well.
just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Nope.
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
In a galaxy
Fled
far away. Sorry.
Sparta. No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
What are hetera?
The Etera. I've heard they play some sort of role in Corinth, but I assumed it was the same as any other city.
Oh, no. These women are unlike any other you'll meet. A force, and the only ones there with any smarts. Ali! Come back inside! Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anfusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusha in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
Alright. So we got through that. But I don't know, he's you know, he seemed, you know, like he was having fun, that's fine, but you know, Cassandra is not really here to have fun, so okay, let's see which quest. Oh, we still have an ability point to spend. Any recommendations for? Oh yeah, right. Abilities. I think I wanted the healing ability. All right. So, let's go back here and find which of the quests we should do first. I don't want to actually accidentally, you know, do a quest that will end the mission or something like that. So it looks like Sophocles is our next goal. And I mean, Herodotus told us that, you know, that in this place, you know, people expect you to do something for them and they will do something for you. So this was actually a pretty cheap way to get information, is my guess.
And so it isn't the rich and powerful, but the gods who are the source of justice? What? No!
Have you been listening to nothing I say? Ah, the Mystios from the Ostracism. Let's talk later.
So then we'll talk later. Someone else to talk to.
A new
So-
face in Pericles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the Orange Ape. Tell me, what does it think?
Does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
Playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides? Now, if you'll excuse us, I was just about to dazzle this old dog with my impression of Pericles. I call it the wooden board.
The man is your host.
Under every stone hides a politician, I always say. And Pericles is no different.
Charming people. I like the size of their wine bowls, I guess. I don't know. Glasses? Pitchers? I don't know what you would call these big, you see back there. Cassandra had one of those as well when we arrived.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
I've seen lots of fights. That wasn't one.
I really made a fool of myself this time, didn't I? I'm Sophocles, though I'm sure you knew that. And you are?
I am looking for information that'll help me find someone. A Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
I mean, we were told not to start a fight. Or end one. I mean, on one hand, you know, like, I think I'm kind of two minds. I think so you want to make a scene is probably the smarter choice here, where, you know, we would investigate you know, where we maybe tell him, you know, ask him what he wants to do, and then maybe find out an alternative. So many prats at this party. Yeah, they're all, I don't know, you know, like, it's, I'm kind of thinking, like, you know, if you come into a clique that already exists, you know, they will do, you know, we don't know a lot of the history behind these people. How much they've, you know, like, argued and, you know, what their differences are. And so here, this is a very important, you know, get together for them. So they're probably all under some sort of pressure, you know. So I think that they're, you know, so I don't quite see them as prats as much, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I get it, and I mean, this guy said like, you know, like it's kind of, this is like the part of this symposium here is, you know, like the foundations of philosophy, and that some of these people were really extreme in that regard with their philosophies, and very colorful as well. So I kind of understand that in this context, you know, they would be yeah, like there would be someone like saying, yeah, why should I care about anyone but myself? And you know, there's always that one person at the party that isn't just an egotistic asshole, but actually, you know, will freely tell you, sure, I'm an egotistic asshole. And, you know, will like think it's their right to be that. And then, you know, the answer to that is, well, it's also your right to bear the consequences of being an egotistic asshole. So, you know. Anyway, so I think number 2 is probably the smarter choice. But on the other hand, you know, I think Cassandra is both, you know, simple and like you know, like she is in some ways direct. She's not from these strata. You know, she can be diplomatic, but you know, see, with some things I don't think she sees much of a problem. And I think she also, like, you know, she's the kind of person who, like, you know, like would play pranks on, you know, like friends or colleagues in the military or whatever, you know, like that kind of, you know, like the sorts of like light hazing that one would do in like what's the military like where soldiers are, you know, like housed. I'm blanking on the word right now. You know, like she's a bit of a soldier, and she's probably used to hanging out in a mercenary company and people playing pranks on each other occasionally, and maybe sometimes it goes wrong, maybe sometimes it goes well, but you know, I don't think she sees much of a problem with that. So I'm wondering, like, what the tone of these things is, and have a hard time picking one. Oh, and carrot stick. Just remember the safe word. Yeah. Let's get. I think we'll go with let's get Euripides drunk. I hope it's not like played for serious on her side.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
How do you know Pericles?
I believe you mean to ask me, how does Pericles know you? I am the greatest dramatist in the land, mentor to Euripides, lover of Asclepios, father of theater, and so on, and so on.
I'm sure it's a real honor to have you hiding in his kitchen.
Burn. You know, that kind of, that that kind of humor. You know, that slight ironic jab and things like that. That's kind of a part of how I see Cassandra. That's why I would go like, let's get him drunk. You know, like I would have expected her to be a little more gleeful about that.
You're awfully worked up over every bit this. You sure you're just friends?
I'm never just anything, foreigner. Though I confess, Euripides and I hold a bond deeper than brotherhood. Why he slams it with a banal young plaything, Aristophanes, I will never know.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
I'm thinking this might be, you know, starting the fight, but I guess we'll just have to take it. Let's see.
It's come back for more. Care to see my impression of Protagoras? I call it the flapping bladder.
I'm sure she wouldn't.
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though.
Quickly, bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
You and Aristophanes could both use a drink. Let's play a game.
A competition?
Ah, wonderful idea. Euripides seems quiet, but he never turns down a challenge.
Well, if you brought us some wine, I wouldn't be opposed to showing this young one how we Argives drink.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
I'll return. And when I do, you two will drink up.
Okay, so I guess we managed to convince them to drink after all. Okay, that wasn't much of a puzzle then. Oh, we can talk to, I guess that's the wine taster or something? Wine?
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
So it says he doesn't really like sweet wine. So the question is, do I give him the wine he likes, so he will tell us? Or do I give him the sweet wine so he gets totally drunk? Like, I didn't quite get the subtext. Oh, sorry. Didn't quite get the subtext of what they meant by, you know, sweet wine does absolutely horrible things to him. Does that just mean it gets him drunk? Or does it mean, you know, like he'll get so drunk that he's useless afterwards? I think they mentioned the sweet wine, and I think the riddles here are probably not
I'm
that
here
subtle.
for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Oh, maybe we could have talked to him.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to get the sweet wine, so I think we're good.
Care for another impression? My favorite is Sophocles.
That
Sorry
one
about that.
isn't funny.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
Ready for more?
Yeah, I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand. Let's have some more!
So I guess we're supposed to just have him drink some more.
You ready for another?
Or can we ask those questions again and...
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in Argos. Here I come.
Okay, so I guess that worked. Although we couldn't really get him badly drunk.
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
That worked, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure, like, how early... Okay. It's always... This game kind of slowly unlocks each reward for a mission finishing. And so if you press the button too early, it hasn't finished yet, I think. Unless I'm mixing that up with some other game. Okay, I guess we'll be talking to Socrates. And apologies for that cough earlier. I didn't get the mute button quite quickly enough.
Ah, if it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
Ah, you remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
What would she... Like, you know, like, I think, like, internally it can't be that important is probably what Cassandra thinks. But, that wouldn't be that diplomatic, would be? Ah, let's go for it anyway.
If you've been arguing this long and you haven't agreed yet, just give up.
We're discussing the nature of rules. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasymachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
Rulers are unjust, or this is a waste of time? Well, I think, like... You know, like, I think Cassandra is, you know, she's smart. She knows that, you know, sometimes you have to discuss things. So, I don't think she would go that this is a waste of time.
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops a ferry ride to Hades, when a swift retreat would save all their lives?
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men? What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
Wasting your time. Aspasia.
Is that the lady of the house?
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
Socrates is an interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
Okay, Megaris was where we first arrived, right? Where we sought the wolf and therefore killed a few Athenians, I guess. So, yeah, I think she... I don't think, you know, like, Cassandra, it's her job, kind of like that, so,
I did what I had to, and I'd do it again. I make no apologies.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
I'd be more comfortable in these clothes if I had a blade in my hand.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
do we give her... a bit of information? I mean, she already knows stuff about us. I like these decisions. They actually make me think, you know, usually there is like one right decision or, you know, like one friendly and one aggressive decision or something like that. And these are a lot more subtle, which I really like. But that doesn't make it easier to choose, of course. I mean, do we tell people that it's our mother? I think in this case, you know, it might be, you know, like getting her to empathize might be the goal, so we might give her a little more information. And just saying, I'm trailing a woman that is kind of, you know, then she thinks we might be threatening her. And this way, you know, like it, you know, it might be an excuse, you know, to say like, okay, for family, of course you would, you know, interfere in a war on the enemy's side and they might forgive us.
I've been searching for a woman named Mirimi, my mother. I think she may be in danger, and my search brought me here.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
Chaos. Order and chaos. No, wait, wrong chaos. Okay. So let's see. I think. Oh, sorry. Oh no, wait. That was the wrong room. Bumped into those people all for nothing. So let's try this a bit more careful this time. And that's the kitchen. So somewhere over there should be where we were able to go upstairs. Oh no, wait. That's the wrong one.
Thank you for your help, my friend.
There we are, we found the stairs. So again, nobody here. So many rich people and we can't pick anyone's pockets. I'm a little bit disappointed. Okay, so the door over there. It's a rather small room.
Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
So, say Aspasia.
Phoebe did nothing wrong. Aspasia asked her to let me in.
Of course she did. I can't say I'm thrilled about going down and speaking to everyone. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
I don't understand why you had Anaxagoras ostracized. Socrates said he was your friend.
I won't risk the lives of those close to me if there's something I can do about it.
So you did this to protect him?
Anaxagoras understood my fears. 10 years may be a long time, but at least he'll be safe.
Given what the life expectancy in those years was, 10 years is probably a lot longer than for us, you know, like people today, you know, like 90 years is an age that many people reach, you know, so it's like a little over a tenth of your life. It's, you know, 10 years is not nothing, but on the other hand, it's something that you can, you know, you still have a lot of life before or after, usually. But back then, I wonder if people, you know, got older than 50, if even that much. Wouldn't be surprised if that was like, you know, like, so it's more like twice as long.
Why send Emetiochos to the fishing district if it's dangerous?
I would never have sent him into danger willingly.
It seems you have many loyal friends.
My people are important to me.
think I just muted myself. Great. I hope that wasn't too long. I was explaining all these conversation options. Yeah, I think these options that these additional explanations that they're trying to give us here, they're kind of too short. Like, I don't quite get them. I don't quite follow the train of thought there. Like, I remember we did these 3 missions for him, of course, and yeah, like that ostracizing your own friend, that was like obvious at the point. And, you know, making Fidias escape, I mean, he said that people were after him, so I kind of took him at face value. And I think we found someone who was after him, so I think that actually totally made sense. Or was, yeah, I think Fidias, yeah. And the last one, I don't really remember why someone was sent to somewhere dangerous.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
So, you should take this threat seriously, or I'd be worried about Athens too. The thing is, like, if she goes from Athens back to the cult is trying to get Athens, then that's the right answer. Let's try it. I hope she doesn't say something like, yeah, you're right, this threat is not much.
Spartans outside the walls, people crammed inside. I don't envy you.
Even so, there isn't another city I'd rather live in.
I can't say I know how that feels.
When you find your place, you'll know it.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
Aww. Okay, so I should have probably said something like, you know, you should take this threat seriously. I'm kind of hoping that there aren't many consequences. Okay, and now I guess I get to say goodbye to Phoebe.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
One of those, but which one? Golis, Corinthia. Which ones were they? I think we've already been in Corinthia, so that's probably something we're guaranteed to be leveled for. So I guess I'll go with that.
There is a woman in Corinth I'd like to talk to.
I've heard about that place from Alcibiades. He says you don't go there to talk.
Alcibiades says a lot of things.
He sure does. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think... My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay, thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Okay. I wonder if I already did that. If that already counts. Or,
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Cassandra!
oh. Okay, so we finished the symposium. So let's see what we got. Nothing there. Or at least nothing we need right now. Level 17 War Hero Gauntlets. % hunter damage. Oh, it's higher level at least. Tax collector Greaves. Well, I guess then we pick the next quest. First, do no harm. Okay, so I guess we're supposed to go to Argolis first. Ah, and here is Corinthia. Cassandra followed... Oh no. They talk about that in the past, so... Okay, so I guess this one is 19, so that's still too high for us. So Corinthia we actually don't want to go. And the pirate thing is level 17, but pirates, so that probably means ship battles. So I guess first do no harm is actually a nice one to start, I guess. In Argolis. City of Argos, south of the Bloody Oracle. Okay. Why is there a quest that is new? Alright. I guess. Good, okay. So, again, where is the... Is it... Am I not seeing? The mission indicator... Or is it under some UI somewhere? It's like when I scroll out, I suddenly see an indicator, but right now okay, wherever Argos is. Our goal is here somewhere. I guess that's where we'll be going then. And I guess that's the closest. Unusual question. If the toilet stopped flushing but the sink still works, what is the cause? Probably the... It's an unusual question, Arch, yeah. Probably just like the toilets have a tank, and so that's probably not refilling or something. It might be that, you know, like, if your water has a lot of, what is it? Not chalk, calcium, what is it? Like, if the water has stuff in it, you know, that's not dangerous, but just like it might build up over time, and so the mechanism might not quite lock or unlock anymore. That's what my guess would be. That's what happens to me periodically. Basically what you have to do, or what used to happen to me, like... If you're in Germany, I don't think there are any tankless ones. It might just be that the tank is embedded in the wall or something like that. Yeah. But usually you should be able to take off the front and then still be able to access the mechanism. And there's an easy way. There is, I think it's called Zitronensäure, so like, is it citric acid or something like that? Like stuff that basically comes from lemons. You can get it like as a granulate, as a powder or something. And if you put a little bit in the water, then it'll, you know, like clean away all the buildup, usually. So that might be a good way to clean it and get it working again. Otherwise, lime scale, yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. Stuff like that. Anyway, what also might help is just like pushing, and like usually like the button on a toilet is kind of a seesaw. And so usually, like when you push it in, and then you can push the other side to push it back out, like explicitly, instead of waiting until it unlocks itself. And if you do that a couple of times, it might loosen something, and the mechanism might work again. Like usually there is a... Okay, let's talk about... let's take a short break in Assassin's Creed, where they didn't have that yet, and talk about the mechanism in toilets in Europe. There's usually... so there's a tank, and at the top of it is a floater, so like a kind of plastic, usually, container with air in it. And it's like when the water rises, that is pushed up, and when it reaches the top, it turns off the water. And so if that gets stuck somehow because of, you know, like lime buildup or whatever, then it might either have that the water is constantly running, or if it gets stuck in the up position, then it might just be that it doesn't refill anymore because it thinks it's already full. So it might help to, you know, just push down that that floater a couple of times and pull it up and push it down a few times until it refills properly again. But yeah, on 2 floors seems a little weird, unless you have a, like, if you have like a separate water supply for those or something like that. Or if, you know, like one of the children played with a mechanism in a bad way or something. Although usually they're fairly robust. But yeah, like like if they have a separate water feed from like the regular water supply, maybe, you know, have you you know, it might be that one of the kids just found one of the taps. Like often I think it's actually like regulation that you have to have, like, you have the main water valve for the entire building or house or apartment at least, and then usually you have one on every floor, and those are just like taps built into the wall. Usually they might be like, you know, behind a corner or in some nook or cranny or whatever, you know, but or in a small cupboard or something like that, cupboard under the sink, or, you know, whatever kind of like spot like that. And so maybe just one of the kids found one and turned it off. And of course you don't immediately notice because, you know, like the toilet is full. So I mean, that might be another thing to check, like if all the main taps for each floor are open. And you know, I mean, it's a bit unusual to have like the sinks still working, but not the toilets. Especially since I think, if at all, the sinks have bigger pipes. The toilets have bigger pipes than the sinks. Although I'm not sure, like the one that refills the tank, I think that's about the same size as on the sinks. The water supply. Not sure, but like that would probably be the thing I would check Arch. Okay, so where is our objective? 56 meters down there.
People come here to worship Aphrodite, but the view is the real beauty.
That's true. Well, there's someone who might be able to help here. I also like that they... Oh. Ouch. I also like that they might have, how they pronounce Aphrodite. It's like, you know, like all of this is kind of trying to be as close to Greek pronunciation of all the things as they can, without making it incomprehensible or unrecognizable at least. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, like apparently the Greeks pronounce V as U as V in many cases, or like the things that were transcribed into European languages with a U, like Zeus instead of Zeus, or actually Zeus or something in like Well, I guess it's close enough to like having the U in there. You know, that's the reason why why U and V were written as the same letter in the Latin script system. Was that it's basically like a W, you know, and you know W is like a W, but it's also a U, like what. You know, there's actually like two phonetic things in there, a U and a V, and then it's what, kind of like the at the intersection. Yeah. I mean, at worst, I guess you'll have to call a plumber, but yeah, checking those things first might be good. Like if someone closed, often like bathrooms will have a separate tap from, you know, like the regular water on a floor or something like that. So it could also be something like this, that like if your toilets are separate from the bathrooms or something, then I'm like wildly jumping topics. I'm sorry for anyone who is not in chat right now and listens to this later. It goes like, why the hell are they on about toilet technology in Europe and stuff like that? Plumbing. And then adding some weird gameplay observations. But yeah, it could just be that, you know, the house has been, you know, if it was like vacant for a while or something, then, you know, it could just be that, you know, there was something in the pipes, like maybe from a repair they did between tenants or something like that. You know, was some sand or something like that in there. And that now, you know, like got you know, like flushed into the tank. Although I guess flushed is the wrong word here because that because that kind of implies the other end from most people's thoughts, I guess. Oh, hi. Oh, wow. A level 20 wolf. Whoa! Another level 20. I like how he reacts to the fire. Put out! No, 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 no! What should I do? Ooh. Why did you attack me? Am I like... Okay, we're in Corinthia. And Melena is there. And Midas. And we're not yet level 18. Oh, and this area says 18 to 22. Even though our mission... Oh wait, that mission is all level 19. Somehow I misread that at 17. You know, it was just like odd and kind of in that general area. So I guess we do need to level a bit more. So this is 17. I guess the pirate thing is the first one we'll have to do. Temple of Athena Nedusia, whatever that is. In the city of Coressia, in the western part of Pirates' Revenge, on Chaos Island. So let's see, where is Chaos Island? Here, okay. Attica. We've actually unlocked that already. Okay, so we can go back there. I guess that's where we... That's actually where we started. Okay. Okytos. He's level 17, so we could actually take him. Yeah, I used the bull rush a little bit, but it doesn't always trigger. I think it has like I'm kind of I suspect that the bull rush. Oh, I guess it's the adrenaline that we need for these abilities, and probably sometimes the Spartan kick takes more adrenaline, and it doesn't, you know, there's not enough left to do the bull rush afterwards. A trireme was a warship maneuvered by 170 rowers manning 3 rows of oars. That's a lot. Whee! Splat. Okay, let's see, where do we want to go? That direction. Or that direction. Actually, I think let's go for Okytos first. I want to get my spear upgraded quickly. If there's someone that is our level. Boing, boing. Anyway, yeah, I would check like if someone turned off some like main tap, or because, you know, like especially like in a new apartment with children, there will probably be some, oh, what is this? Well, I'll turn it, nothing happened, and then maybe not the thought to try and set it back to what it used to be. And alternately, yeah, maybe they just stop working because you know, because of construction work or something, and it just taking a little time for the sand or whatever build-up is keeping them from working. You know, from being flushed. Oh, sorry. From being, you know, like swept into the mechanism. And so maybe you just have to jumble it loose, or maybe you just you actually need to put some citric acid in. A fishing village. Goodness gracious. Do fishes live here? Or just die? Let's see if this fishing village shows up as anything useful on the map. Oh, it's here, okay. Cape Sunion. I guess that's where we want to go. Oh. Silver Mountain. Go to get lunch. Okay, have a nice lunch. Working lunch. Oh. Well then. Have fun working, I guess. Yeah, we still have half an hour or so, I guess see you tomorrow or something. Usually working lunches are not as short as they might usually, as, you know, like regular lunch might be. Whee! Oh, hi map WTF, by the way. Sorry that I didn't say hello to you for 10 minutes. How are you doing? And yeah, separate greywater connection actually sounds like it might be possible. Yeah. I mean, it also depends on like some like modern, very environmentally conscious houses, you know, have like a, you know, like rainwater collection barrel or something built in, you know. And in that case, I could have sworn there was a shiny here. You know, and so separate greywater actually totally makes sense. You know, that they would use rainwater to flush, and you know, but for washing your hands or drinking, of course, they would use freshwater connection. That would also be an option. Alright, let's see if we can... I should have just gone for the horse, but you know, this is kind of a nice beach. I helped Cassandra wreck a nice beach. Well, that, sorry, let me just take this picture. Doing okay-ish, worrying about your cat that had a lung edema and is still at the clinic. Oh, that's sad, yeah. I hope the cat will do. Will recover well, and you'll find that the worry was all for naught, and it... Crossing my fingers. Take that boat, I guess. Yeah, can actually take the boat. Apparently there's a... Is that a big whale's tail fin? Back fin, actually. Tin foil, tin fin. What word was I going for there? Tail fin, I think, was it? How far are we away? Okay, we're headed for whatever point that cult member.
Not any farther is a good way to get capsized.
Sanctuary of Sonian. Alright, so let's see what this is. Okay. Yeah, just don't go for origin streams. Set in Egypt. I like Origins, but you know, I thought like because Egypt, cats, stuff like that, were greasier. They have lots of dogs running around here, which I like. Okay. Here's this. Oh.
I need to stay hidden.
Yeah, I just realized.
ιδίως προσφορά και του χειριδίου ήμι. Ήθε τούτο ευχαριστήσει σε
Why are we... This is a weird sanctuary. Oh. Our desired victim.
You! Cosmos finally brought me a head worth cracking open! Come here!
Shield break, yes, I love it. Okay, I got in a bit more of a fight than I thought, but oh, I didn't expect to take that much damage all at once. At least we have a nice campfire with that guy next to us. I thought, you know, I could just assassinate him, and then I realized that, you know, usually it's if you assassinate someone, even if it doesn't take the full health, it kind of, at least, you know, halves them or something, and then you have a good chance of getting them. But in this case, that didn't work out at all. I should have just checked, you know, like you have a display where it tells you how much damage it will do. Oh, I should...
Watch will be vigilant here.
So there is a sanctuary here. Okay, that's not from behind.
You! Cosmos finally brought me a head worth cracking open! Come here! I will not succumb!
Whoa, whoa.
Your head's gonna make a fine
That goes a lot quicker than I thought. I'm not sure if I want to pick off the people in the sanctuary one by one, so that was kind of my hope that I could just attack that one here. But I think I should have a look at my skills. Oh, and it'll probably spawn me right in front of that person again. Well,
Let's hope no one notices me here.
okay, so I'm hidden. Now, let's look at my skill tree, and we have the heal. So... it's a bit annoying, though, that I can't put the heal... I guess since I need the heal... I'll put it where the shield bash was. And now put the shield bash on this one. And shield breaker. Alright. And I should probably try rush assassination. Next. Oh, wait. One thing I have to do, save, because otherwise I will have to do all this again. Hey.
You! Ha! Cosmos finally brought me a head worth cracking open! Come here!
Oh wait, the shield break is on the other one. Come on. Let me shield break you. Okay, that doesn't work, I guess. Ah, I'll be dead soon. Did I misread the number again? I'll have to see what the... Maybe that is too high a level for me right now. Hi, Bones. Oh, it was actually a quick lunch. So, what will we see? What will we do? Okay, at least we're here and nicely hidden. So, let's see. Shield break is for here, yeah. And that didn't work very well, so I'm not even sure. Oh, but we'll need it. Oh, you're working lunch as in eating at your desk. Okay. I thought like going to lunch with colleagues to talk about something and coordinate or something like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so... right, I wanted to look what level this 17, and we're also level 17, so we should be okay. I guess I could upgrade armor or something. I could try to... I guess I can't really... That's not good. Oh, and now I'm really conspicuous, I guess. Oh wow, yeah, that's way too much. Okay. So I'll have to do this differently, I guess. At least when I die. My Spartan kick you off. Yes. At least that will keep the other people out of the way. No, no, no. Don't get away. No, no, no. Yeah, okay. Whoa. Okay, come on.
You won't be making trouble anymore.
Okay, what's this? Oh, level 16. Sure.
What?
Okay, that didn't really make me inconspicuous, so I guess I should get away. So that so that wasn't the stealthiest approach to this whole thing. And brought me almost 2 levels of mercenaries following me, so I'll have to keep it quiet for a while. Yeah, he certainly. Yeah, I actually managed. I tried to do that with the what's he called? I tried to do the kick the cultist off like that, but he was apparently kind of immune. Okay, so let's see. Cultist. Carlos, follower of Poseidon, defeated. What's that? Okay, Carlos. If there was a future where it was there, he always fought to win, but ultimately he fought to win the right to return home. Heart condition takes more damage from assassinations. What was that one? Where was the one? Okay, I guess. Was it the follower of Poseidon? I guess. Oh, that's mercenaries. Okay, so that was the mercenary we just got. I was just thinking, like, why doesn't the cultist? But I was in the wrong menu, obviously. Okay, so who do we take? Okitos the Great. That's the one we took out. A rogue cultist preparing for battle in Masara. Help people nearby. Well, good news. You solved the issue. That run off of rainwater. Oh, okay. And so it didn't rain enough, or there was a separate tap for the rainwater supply? Yeah, so it was the separate grey water supply, I guess. And the pumper came in and removed the crossover cable. Plumber. Oh, okay. The plumber came in and removed the crossover. Oh, so I guess you mean the crossover pipe or something, so it can't be backfilled. So since there's no rain, okay. So yeah. So do you have a solution? Like, can you, I don't know, like pour water in the? Yeah. So there's no fresh water backfilling. Okay. So do you have, like, I don't know, can you like run a garden hose in there or something to refill it for a while or something like that? But that is a good setup to have in your house, the rainwater thing. Otherwise, also it hadn't been raining on your side? The landlord is calling the plumber to get over. Yeah, okay. You know, I meant more like in whatever cistern or something is used for the rainwater. Like if you were able to fill that up with water, then would be easier. Oh, it's only lightly raining where you are. Okay. Yeah, it's been like constantly raining all day here. I mean, probably not super much, but I would expect that if you have a rainwater inlet, then yeah. I mean, if the plumber comes by today, then of course you can just wait, because otherwise the plumber might have to, I don't know, drain the cistern in the worst case. But we'll see. Oh, I'm seeing dropped frames. But I think the connection didn't stop, so that's good, I guess. Okay, so undiscovered cultist. Leader of Persia. Attica, Fort Polmark knows the cultist. Find him or continue your Odyssey. Oh, now we have a sage. Sage wields a mace. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure. I find this, I guess it depends on like what kinds of games you like to play. For one thing, I like that this isn't just the same UI as the mercenaries again. It's a little weird that they have both mercenaries and cultists. Basil and time to go with the sage. Well, I don't even have the sages yet, you know. So, no. The answer to all of this is no. No parsley, no sage, no rosemary, and no thyme. Anyway, I don't know, this feels a little over complicated, you know, like an extra mechanic that I wish just, you know, wasn't necessary or something. I mean, it's nice for, you know, getting a few extra XP points and items, but, you know, they could have given you those from like story missions or whatever. So, or just, you know, like shortened progression or something. So this seems a lot like how do we keep people busy in the world. But on the other hand, you know, if you are maybe stuck in a mission, you're happy to find this. But I mean, this looks like you have to basically eliminate the whole cult to get, because it says like, you know, get all sages to find the ghost of Cosmos, so whoever is at the center. And then, of course, to get at a sage, apparently you'll have to get all the cultists. So this is a lot of busy work. Without much story. So I wouldn't mind, you know, like if... I hope that at least each sage has their own little story mission. Like, or, you know, like, at least a cutscene or something that you get as a... as a reward. Okay. So do we have any discovered cultists? So Midas is still too high level for us. This one is way high level for us. So you... oh, that's the one in the ship. Oh, and it's one. So I guess this is a good point of to end our stream. Sorry, I didn't even notice how far advanced the time already is. So I hope you enjoyed it today. We got forward a little in the story, so let's hope. And then we can meet Xenia a little later. So thank you for watching. The Ghost of Cosmos Past, chain rattling, yeah. Oh, Melois won't be streaming this week. Oh, that's a pity. Yeah, but I think this is it for at least this morning. I might come back to this in the evening. I haven't yet quite decided. So, yeah, so thanks for today. See you tomorrow. I'm trying to usually stream about the same time on weekends, on weekdays, for 3 hours. And I hope you had fun. Don't forget to, you can click that subscribe button to be notified when I go live, even if I'm late or if time zone switches make it harder. I know that people in the US right now are, I think I'm off an extra hour right now, because like we've already done the daylight saving time switch. Possibly for the last time, if rumors in European Parliament are anything to go by. It seems like they've decided to permit not doing the summertime anymore, which was before like a EU-wide standard, and are now waiting for the individual parliaments to ratify it. So this might be the last time I need to mention to anyone the daylight savings switch. Oh well, it depends. Like if the US of course keep it, then I would probably have to tell people in the US, remember, you just switched over, so it's an hour different. But anyway, yeah, see you tomorrow or maybe tonight. I hope you had a fun stream. Bye bye.